You having a good day? A productive day? I hope you are. It's wonderful to see you here as always. Look, tomorrow, first of all, if you are not on Better Questions, tomorrow is going to be a fun email talking about the long cons. We're talking about a real world conspiracy that defrauded the United States government of millions of dollars and involved high-ranking intelligence figures and two-star generals and dozens of tech companies. It is fascinating and a really fun story. And I break down how you can con anybody that you want. So if you want to know that, I did. I found it fascinating. BetterQuestionsEmail.com. You can go sign up. That email goes out tomorrow. So let's talk about disentangling a little bit, because this came up in a couple different conversations. And usually the way I come up with topics for this call is I talk to a bunch of different people, whether it's a coaching client or it's someone in my agency or it's I'm doing an interview or whatever it is. And I notice a theme kind of emerge. And the theme that emerged today was problems seem really, really difficult to solve when they are enmeshed with each other, right? And by which I mean, like, okay, look, like I hate my job, but I can't leave my job because, my wife only married me because I make a certain amount of money. And if I don't make that amount of money, she's going to leave. And if she leaves, then I'm going to get divorced. And then I'm going to have even less money. And then I won't have any money to pay alimony. I'm not going to be able to see my kids. And then I'm going to have to move. And there's like a million and one things. And what tends to happen is, like, people are just generally, we are like causation machines, right? People pattern recognize. That's what we do. We are pattern seeking. And when you see a pattern, you tend to assume that these things are irrevocably linked. They all look like one giant writhing mass of disgusting humanity and problems and unforeseen consequences and all this stuff. And it makes problem solving really difficult. And I'm obsessed with problem solving and effective problem solving, mostly because in my day-to-day life, I get really overwhelmed, like super overwhelmed. Like most problems that I bump into in my everyday life, my immediate reaction is not, I can't wait to solve this problem. It is, there is no way to solve this problem, and I am going to die with this problem on my mind. That's how it feels. And what I've noticed is that if you shrink your focus, if you really, really, really shrink your focus, and I say, I'm going to disentangle all the various threads from each other, and I'm going to find one thread to pull on. And the only thing I'm going to worry about is this single thread. And that's the only decision I have to make. The only thing I have to think about, the only concern I have to have is this single thread. What tends to happen is, as you pull that thread out, the rest of the ball becomes untangled, right? It becomes much easier to solve. And so take, for example, the thing I talked about in the beginning, or you don't want to leave your job because your wife's going to leave you, and you're going to lose your kids, you're going to have to move, and yada, yada, yada. You just focus in on, all right, do I have to quit, or can I fix it? I'm not going to think about what's going to happen with my wife. I'm not going to think about what's going to happen with my kids. I'm not going to think about what's going to happen with my income or what's going to happen with where I live. I'm not going to worry about the second and third order consequences, because usually you need to worry about that stuff. But if it's overwhelming, sometimes you take the opposite approach and you say, all right, in a vacuum, only the lead domino, only the very first string, that's all I had to think about. How do I solve that problem? Do I quit, or can I fix it? And sometimes just getting clarity on that very first step, that very first thing, that one single thread, that's enough. And the anxiety goes away a little bit. And the sense of overwhelm goes away for a little bit. For me, this is how it is, right? If I'm like obsessed with the way I look, and I don't like it. Because look, I got body issues just like everybody has body issues. We all have self-esteem issues. Fucking everybody. Whoops, sorry, shouldn't swear in here. Everybody, right? So, okay, well, it's too much to think about. It's too much to be like, nobody likes me, and I don't like the way I look. And it's too much. It's too much. You just say, what's one thing? One thing. I don't like the way my shirts fit. Can I just fix the shirt problem? I think I can handle the shirt problem, right? I can fix the shirt problem. And then it's on to the next thing. So disentangling, it's helpful. It helps me. I hope it helps you. I hope this was useful in some way. And I hope you can take it and use it. If you like this kind of thing, betterquestionsemail.com is where I write long form about this stuff. It is work I am extremely proud of. I would love to have you. betterquestionsemail.com. Email goes out tomorrow. Wednesday, 6 a.m. every week, one email. I will see you there. Thanks for watching.